This next part is about the gospel train. And this is a method made by Johnny Luker for people, children, and others to learn about the life of Christ and where the different things about him and events are recorded in the Gospels. So what he has a train here, and we'll talk about these different areas. The PE means that it was the pre-existence of Christ. Now the only writer, you have Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And the only writer that talks about the pre-existence of Christ is John chapter 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Now, the first number of this, what Johnny calls a zip code, the first number is where it's found in Matthew. The second number tells where it's found in Mark. The third one, Luke. And the fourth one, John. Well, this zip code is 0001, and that means Matthew did not write about it, Mark did not write about it, Luke did not write about it, but John did. So that's what the 1 is in the 4th place. We'll go back to the train again. Let me introduce you to Johnny here. Here he is with his family. His late wife, Ginger, is still with him here. And they raised 6 children, I believe. And Johnny says that he taught his little granddaughter, Mercy, the gospel train when she was just 3 years old. And she was very enthusiastic about that. So, let's go to some, okay, here's an introduction. He will tell you in this introduction how you are to number the boxes and how you're to draw the train and everything about that. The second one is called 30 Years, and this is the story of Jesus in the temple when he was 12. And the zip code for this one is 1010 or 1010, and that means Matthew chapter 1, Mark with a 0 doesn't tell about Jesus being in the temple when he was 12. Luke chapter 1 records the event, and John does not. So we can go through each one of these. This first row is about the first year of his ministry. The second row are things that happened in the second year. The third row, things that happened in the third year. And then the last 3 here are the last week, or the very end of his ministry. Now Johnny also has what he calls the gospel hand. He says if you've got your hand with you, you can always remember these 15 events in the life of Christ. So the first one is the pre-existence of Christ. The second one is about Jesus in the temple when he was 12 years old. The third one, the baptism of Jesus. So this one is simpler than the gospel train because you don't have as many things to remember, but you have 1 or 2 events, main events in the life of Christ. Robbie Sykes also has a gospel train. She and Johnny worked together on this, and hers is for older students. She does it a little bit differently. She has the events and where they're found in each of the Gospels. For instance, the angel speaking to Joseph. That is recorded in Matthew chapter 1, but it is not recorded in Mark, Luke, or John. She also incorporates a map and Christ's travels and where he went in each of those places. Let me show you. Okay, something else I want to show you here. She also has what she calls droodles. Now these are about the miracles of Jesus. And in the margin of her Bible, she draws these little pictures to remind her of what that part of the Bible is about. And I've done this in my own Bible. I think it really helps you to remember things. Now let me show you, let's see. Oh, I want to show you her family. Now, here she is with her late husband, Jack. He passed away recently. But she and Jack raised 13 children. They had 11 of their own, and they raised 2 foster children. And this is a picture of their family. Children, their spouses, and the grandchildren.